Oh, shit. Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. And like I say every week, y'all, I do this show from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From Eve after dark to concerts in the park, you are live with the Godfather of West Coast hip hop on a Thursday afternoon. And boy, do I have another hot show for you today. I got to reach back into my homie collection. And this brother right here is definitely a part of my homie collection. Hold on one second there, folks. I had to talk to my girlfriend, Alexa, over there. She's the only woman I know pay me any attention around this joint. Anyway, folks, standing in the dugout right now is my boy from N.W.A, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, and his own independent artist, my partner, my golf buddy, my Gemini partner, Arabian Prince. What's up with you, Doc?
Hey, what's cracking, homie? In the building. What's good with you?
Doing what we do, man. What's happening with you over there?
Oh, man, making $1 a day. That's all I can do.
I'm not mad at you, Doc. Every time I talk to you, man, you're on the golf course. What's happening with you, Doc?
Hey, man,
real good.
Tiger got hurt. Somebody had to fill in while he, was in the rehab. And, I'm out there, get my scratch on. So anybody want to play some golf, holler at your boy.
All right, man. What's your handicap? Do you have a handicap?
I'm a 2. I'm a 2 handicap.
What?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you, Doc.
Believe it or not, I be down there in the 70s, man. Like, and white folks be on the golf course looking at me like,
where he come from?
Hey, be mad. I'm like, hey.
He must have went to school in the valley or something.
Now,
man, you know what? Everybody I know is complaining about not working right now, not doing any gigs, whatever. But you back on the road already.
Oh man, I've been doing shows, man, for like the last year or so, man. Like tomorrow, me and the girl group JJ Fad, we off to Phoenix tomorrow with who we got? Ice Cube, Warren G, the Loonies, Too Short, JJ Fad, and somebody else. I can't put my name on it, but yeah, that's tomorrow. So we'll be up in Phoenix.
How is it out there these days, man?
You know what? It really ain't changed. It's crazy. It's just the little things you got to go through with the protocols and wearing a mask here and there until you get on stage. And, I actually like it better because it ain't like people all up on you all the time. And everybody got their little space. So, but the crowds, man, people still coming to the shows because people hungry for, getting out again. So,
one of the problems I had some of the last shows I was on, man, you got all these cats on the stage who ain't got nothing to do with the show. Just a bunch of just a bunch of dudes. Look, what are you doing back here? Why are you on the stage with me? Ain't nobody paid to see your ass. Why are you standing back here with a camera in your hand? How you feel about that, man?
Hey, I was never that cat, man, to have like a whole bunch of people on stage with me. But, you see it. Or you see the people that be backstage on the side of the stage like, who that?
It was hard to get a backstage pass back in the day. Now, you got folks that's all on the stage with the artists that you ain't dancing, you ain't DJing, you ain't backup singing. Why are you standing up here?
Dude, I got a quick story I'll tell you, dude. This happened recently. I ain't about to put nobody out there on the name or who it was. As a matter of fact, honestly, I don't even remember who the dude was. I'm in the middle of the show. Like we performing. I'm DJing and JJ Fad out there doing their thing, and I'm back here. And I see this fool walk up next to me on the DJ on stage. He was walking up next to me. I'm like, what's that, homie? You done yet? Hey, man. Like, I'm in the middle. If you can see, we in the middle of the show. We up next. I'm like, well, you need to wait till I'm done. I was about to sock that fool on stage.
What?
Yeah, get your came up there right next to me. Start asking me questions right in the middle of the show. I'm mixing and doing stuff.
Wow. That's some special needs shit right there, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's some special needs shit. Hey, man, Brian Roberts he asked a question in the chat room. Lonzo, when did you meet Arabian Prince? Man, I met you so long ago, I can't even tell you when I met you, man.
Man, how can I put this? So I was with your boy earlier today. Unknown DJ. Shout out to Unknown DJ. Man,
fuck him. He won't do my show. Fuck him. That's my dog. I love him, but fuck him.
Right.
Yeah. I don't bullshit. You ain't that goddamn ugly. Anyway, man, go ahead.
Hey, so we've had to know each other 40 years, man. At least 40.
Because you had the cave. How old you had the cave? 18, 19?
Barely, because I graduated high school in 83. I knew I did Strange Life, my first single in '84. So I've had to know you since then because you
You
was
was
at
19
Lacoma then.
then. You was
Yeah.
you graduated at 18. You're Gemini.
No,
You
I was
graduated at 18.
17. I graduated a year early. So I graduated when I
Okay.
was 17. I actually made my record while I was still in high school. And
No
it
shit.
didn't come out till '84. Yeah.
Wow. So
When did you guys drop your first record?
Huh?
When did you drop your first record?
We dropped Slice in 1983.
See, so I'll tell you that story. You might not know. So because I was hanging around with Dre and them back then too, right? And I was hanging out with Egypt and them and Uncle Jam's Army, hanging out with y'all. And I remember I was with Egypt in his garage, and they had just got that 808. And Egypt was like, I'm gonna use my Egypt voice. And we about to go make a record. Like, what? Y'all gonna make a record? Yeah, we're gonna make a record. I'm like, all right. And then I was talking to y'all. I remember I was at your garage, and then y'all was like, hey, we about to go make a record. I'm like, I want to make a record. I was like, y'all make a record. I'm like, I want to make a record. And I didn't have no crew. So I just kind of followed y'all, man, and figured it out.
Wow, man. Now you've been a part of multiple groups, man. Everybody pretty much know that. But what did you enjoy the most? N.W.A, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, solo artists, what?
Man, I would say all three. Like it was all different. Like my own stuff, because I was trying to be Prince back then, so I was like,
right. You was on some Prince. Oh, he was on some Prince shit for real. Okay.
Hey, you saw the girls that was hanging out with me though. Because
I'm not mad at you. You got a couple badly knockoffs.
I like that. That was cool. And then the Bobby Jimmy and the Critter stuff was really cool because we was able to do a lot of comedy rap, which was kind of different.
Right.
And then
right.
the N.W.A stuff was like just phenomenal as well. But, I got to say, man, I can't, I wouldn't give up any of them. Like,
but here's the part I'm just sitting here thinking as you're talking, you've had multiple careers. You've reinvented yourself several times, still doing, that's a Gemini thing. We get bored real quick, come up with some new shit.
Yeah.
But as an artist, man, I mean, no disrespect, don't take this the wrong way. Okay. You always wore all your roles in hip hop with a badge of honor, which means that you never were ashamed of being a critter. Okay, you weren't ashamed of being looking like Prince, but you still was a member of N.W.A.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And my boy, he's always had an issue with that, and I'm like, damn, you're the only one that does. I don't understand that.
Man, I know where all the photos are, so none of them fools better not say nothing to me because I know how we all dressed back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's about where you came from. Like the story has to be complete. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter wouldn't be complete if they just show Harry Potter killing the dude at the end and not showing the struggle.
Right.
You got to show where you started and where you ended or what you became. And without the beginning of that, man, it don't matter. And the 80s was the 80s.
The 80s were the 80s.
Like show me a picture of Jay-Z in the 80s. Show me a picture of, look at Sugar Hill Gang, look at Grandmaster Flash in the 80s. Look at all the cats when they was younger. You either look like Michael Jackson, Prince,
Rick
James. You was a mod or Devo glasses. You was doing something in the 80s. You were identifying with whoever your idol was at that time. You had a big ass afro because you was trying to be, Julius Erving or something like that. So everybody identified with something. So don't come at me talking about, I was just this and that. No, because even gangsters was looking like Michael Jackson. They kill you, but they had on Michael Jackson.
Now, what was really funny, Dr. Dre from UNTV Raps, he and I were talking the other day. I did a Clubhouse Tuesday, and he was asking me where we got our clothing influences from. And I'm like, you know what? Understand this, okay? We were one of the first groups that we ever saw outside the Sugar Hill Gang was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, okay? And by us being 4, it was 5 of them, 4 of us. I figured we're gonna do some. We looked at what they was wearing, and the first thing we said, I ain't wearing no goddamn feathers, okay? I'm not doing no goddamn feathers, okay? Yeah. So once we said that, so we're gonna do something a little more classy, and that's how we got the sequence. Now it's amazing. I don't know. I have to call Melly Mel and interview him on the show because their costumes was a lot more flamboyant than ours, and I wonder if people give them the same shit that they gave us for the sequence of the Jerry curls. They had Jerry curls. They had feathers. They was Indians. They was buttons. I mean,
cowboy boots and spikes.
Cowboy boots, moccasins, all kind of shit. Okay, but I've never heard anybody try to give them the same kind of bullshit that they gave us. Maybe because none of those guys went off to become gangsters. Okay, but I still, even as myself and clientele who clientele never had a Jerry curl, but we still had to explain the sequin suits. I mean, nobody got to explain no goddamn feathers and Indian suits. Well, I got to explain my goddamn sequin suit.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this about that is the fact that, have you seen Melly Mel? I wouldn't say shit to his ass either. His arm big as me.
He a big old dude. That's no bullshit. He a big old. Melly Mel got to be 60. He still buffed his hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's like I said, man, people are always gonna be haters. But like you said, the same thing what you're saying. I hate the fact that people don't live up to what they were and what they probably still are, but because they've for a hot second jumped into another body, an outer body experience. It's like, now I'm the outer body experience. Nah, motherfucker, use this and you get that, but you still like that over there, and don't be coming at that like, dang, that wasn't me. No, that was you.
What I find to be kind of irritating is, man, a lot of the guys that got older, they lost their sense of humor, And that's one thing about you. You always keep it 100. We laugh and joke about old school shit. Me and Unknown, I say fuck you on my podcast right now. And I call his ass and talk shit to him. We have a good time. I just talked to him about 30 minutes ago before the podcast. Okay. Yeah. But we can do that, and we always kept it 100 because we never let our egos supersede common sense or the reality of who we really are. People play roles all the time. I was on the front of a Cadillac, looked like a pimp. I ain't never been a pimp. I had a girlfriend that tried that wanted to be a pimp, but I couldn't do it. I just hey man, I couldn't do it. I had a daughter at the time. I just couldn't do it. That's just that's my operating system. Okay, now and that's what I've been talking to people about lately. Your operating system. What is your operating system? My operating system, I'm basically a cool dude, but I can get a bug up my ass like everybody else. I can go viral, okay? And some guys want to have an operating system of all gangster all the time, and most cats ain't like that. But that's the illusion they want to have, and it is what it is. But I'm just saying, sometimes, man, it makes it hard to talk to cats that you think and you clowning with them, and they look at you like, oh man, I ain't really with that like that. Are you serious? All right, I'm cool. I'm out. I'm out. So who did I know? Do I know you back then, or I got to get to know the new you because you got a couple dollars and a little fame now? You ain't the same person no more. I just think that just does relationships and a personal injustice, man. Because I got some crazy stories about a bunch of people, man. I wouldn't even tell them no more because cats get too sensitive.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't disrespect nobody. I don't talk bad about nobody. But I always say, if somebody asks me a question, I'm going to answer it honestly on what it is. I ain't going to be all like, I always tell the honest story about, N.W.A. They always ask me like, man, who was the craziest person in N.W.A? Easy was crazy. Like, period. I seen Easy stuff I can't talk about. He crazy.
Easy was crazy like a fox.
Yeah. Easy would kill you if he was that dude. So
Easy. Now we had a question of the day. Somebody asked me the other day, did Easy worship the devil? What have you heard about that?
So this is interesting. So I've heard about that, and I've seen some little stuff like toward the end, like right when I left, Easy was hanging around with some other people. Okay. And I remember him getting a pentagram tattoo.
Okay.
With the devil worship symbol tattoo. Okay. Now, I don't know if he was doing it just because Easy crazy, Easy gonna do whatever he want, or he was really into that stuff. So that's about as far as what I know about that. But yeah, there was some rumblings about that.
Okay. It's I sit here, man, and I think about all the stuff that we did leading up to N.W.A, Wrecking Crew, and this is the part of history, man, that I think for me is very important. Like you said, most of us didn't fall out the goddamn sky like Terminators. We came from someplace, okay?
Right.
And the story of our evolution and our pioneering situation, because you was by yourself. You always been by yourself. You never had a partner. You never, you joined the Critters because you was making music for the cat.
Yeah.
You joined N.W.A because they was using your equipment, but you've always been a pretty independent dude when it came to doing your own thing. You never had, I'll roll with this right here, but that, I'm gonna do it. But hey, I'm still gonna keep my individuality, and I've always respected that about you. It just seems that the part that I think is very, very important, not only to hip hop history, but to the youngsters, to see that everybody didn't come from dope dealers. Everybody didn't come from gangsters. Your daddy was a magazine owner. He had Players magazine. Okay,
yeah, he did.
Man, you know what I mean? How many of those I used to have back in the day? Okay,
but I got 2 boxes of them sitting in there.
We both Catholic school kids.
Yeah.
Okay, both Catholic school kids. So we wired differently. We tried different things like everybody else did. Some things worked for us, some things didn't. And that's the part about growing up. But whatever mistakes we made, we were able to live. We were able to live to talk about them. And that's the part. That's where the experience comes in at. And I think a lot of people miss out on that.
Oh yeah, 1,000. And I'm always honest, man. People's like, man, was you banging? I said, man, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I was a gang banger for 2 days.
Okay,
that's the honest truth, dude. We had what was it? So Catholic school is different for those who listening who went to like regular school. Catholic school was kindergarten to 8th grade, then high school. We didn't have junior high school. There was no in between.
Right.
So we used to have this 8th grade thing at Magic Mountain. It was like your grad night going out of elementary school into high school. And I went to I had just moved out of Compton to Inglewood, and I went to St. Michael's Elementary School.
Okay.
And my cousin,
What's St. Michael's?
It was in the hood. It was on Manchester and Vermont.
Oh yeah. Okay, still there.
Right there.
Okay.
So I went there, and then my cousins who lived on the other side of Inglewood, they went to St. Francis Cabrini, which I think was on Imperial. Kind of by
it is.
College.
By Normandy, Normandy.
Yeah.
Right.
So they both was in the hood still, right?
Okay.
So we go to the thing, the grad day, because we in 8th grade at Magic Mountain. We decided we're gonna dress up like gangbangers. So we went out and bought khakis. We was khakied out. We had the starch, man. We was starching our stuff up. We had the blue rags or the red rag. We didn't even know. We just had rags, right? So we go to Magic Mountain and we just like gang banging at Magic Mountain all day. Like they brought a boom box. It was me by myself from my school and all my cousins and his homies. So we did that. That was fun. Like ain't nobody mess with us. We was cutting in line, acting a fool. The next day, tell you this story, man. It's the funniest shit. Next day, I go to my cousin's house. I'm still in my gang bang thing. We're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna go to Hawthorne Mall.
Okay.
His homeboy came over who went to school. We all played on the same football team too, Pop Warner. And he had on a jacket, a green. You remember the Crip jackets? They had the little flap on the back.
Yeah.
Put the words on it.
Yeah.
He had a green one that said Family Affair on the back of it.
Okay.
Now, I still don't know why he did that, but you remember green was kind of like Inglewood's.
Kind of, sort of.
And family was Inglewood family was the Inglewood family. And we went to Hawthorne Mall, banged around Hawthorne Mall. On the way back, when we got back to my cousin's neighborhood, some real gang bangers saw us and rolled up on us like grown-ass men, dude. We in the 8th grade, dude. These were grown-ass men and trucks and shit pulled up and was talking mess. And I didn't know my cousins knew him, but they didn't know this dude and they didn't know me. And I never saw somebody get hit so hard in my life in 8th grade. And he broke his nose, dude. He hit him in the nose and his nose exploded. That's blood everywhere, right? And what they didn't know is I was a running back and I ran a 4.19 and I took off running. These fools hopped in a truck and chased me down the street. I mean, I hopped the fence and they didn't get me. And that was the end of my gang banging career right there.
Okay. I understand.
I played football.
Okay. I ain't mad at you, Doc. Sometimes it don't take long to get a quick lesson.
No, and on top of that too, my uncles and cousins, you probably knew my uncles too. Did you go to Centennial?
Yeah.
You went to Centennial?
Yeah.
So you probably did. So you the same age as my uncle. So my uncle Wayne James was the biggest. He was the Black Panther, light skinned Afro, Wayne James and Charlie James, the James boys. They went to Centennial, and my cousins was Tyrone and Jerome, the twins. They went there too. They was the one all tearing up the neighborhood over there. Because we all lived on I lived on McKinley, not on McKinley, I lived on Corlett on this side of Enterprise Park, and my cousins lived on the other side on McKinley. So we was all right there. And they was the real gangbangers and doing all the craziness. And they didn't want me doing that with them. It was like, you go do something else.
And that was a difference back then, man. If you weren't in it, they wouldn't let you be in it. They thought you had any kind of value other than gangbanging. You couldn't be a part of it. You couldn't
that
be
was
in
it. It was like,
you were out.
Go play football.
They'd run your ass off like a dog. Get out of here. Go.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Hey,
get the fuck out of here.
My cousins put my face in the mud, dude. I was out in the park late night one night. They came and got me. And he put my face in the gutter, dude. I'll never forget this. He said, "You see this?" He said, "That's me. We family. But if I wasn't here, somebody gonna do worse to you." And I'm like, "All right, I got you." I'm going in the house.
I get the message. I ain't got to be able to read real good to get that message right there. I ain't mad at you.
No, and I appreciate them for that now, that they pushed me somewhere else. But I wasn't no punk though, because that's the other thing. This last story I'm gonna tell you on the family thing.
Take your time.
I come home one day from just being out, and some kid, man, this kid hit me with a can of corn. We was doing something, and he got mad. He ran in the house. He came outside with a can of corn, dude, and hit me with a can of corn.
What?
And it hurt. And I'm
goddamn right, it's supposed to hurt.
I'm like 12 years old, 11, 12. So I go home, dude. I'm running home, man. My uncle's like, "What's the matter with you?" "Man, this kid hit me with some corn." "What? What'd you do?" I said, "I ran home." I said, my uncle was crazy. He threw me his keys. He had a van, one of them old Chevy vans with the little. He threw me his keys. I had never driven a car in my life, dude. I'm 11 years old. He threw me the keys. It was like, "Man, you go down there and you kick his ass, and don't you come back unless you whoop his ass." So I figured I'd start the car, the van. I turn that sucker around. I drive around the corner, stopped in the middle of the street, got out, whooped that kid's ass, got back in the van, came back and parked it. Man, I was a king in the neighborhood for like 2 months after that.
See, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. I got a head honcho 38 asks, "Lonzo, is OG Puddin alive or dead?" Nobody has an answer. Puddin is dead, bro.
Huh?
Puddin. That's the one that Joelle shot back in the day.
Oh,
Puddin from Pyru.
Yeah,
that was her manager.
Right.
She had put hands on. He put hands on her. She shot him and put him in a wheelchair for a while, and he later died from the from complications from that situation. So bro, he's definitely gone. You got another question here. Rashad Cobb says, "Ask Arabian, does he have any brother Arab vinyl?"
Wow, man, nah, dude. I might have one brother Arab vinyl. That's it.
Ain't it crazy for your shit to be that rare and you don't have one?
No, it's what's funny, and
what?
For some reason my stuff's expensive. Like, I was trying to buy some of my vinyl. Like, I wanted to get doubles of my. I think my most expensive is the Innovator. I did an EP on a red label on Rapster.
Okay.
And the Innovator, Innovative Life, Take You Home, Girl, and Let's Hit the Beach. Okay. Man, $1,500.
$1,500?
$1,500. I wish I had a box of them.
$1,500?
$1,500. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Like, man, like,
I'm gonna check my garage. I'm gonna check my garage messing with you. I'm gonna check my garage.
It's crazy.
Man, when you left N.W.A. first, right?
So so the story goes is we did Straight Outta Compton, right?
Okay.
And everything was cool. We actually started even doing shows with the songs from Straight Outta Compton, right?
Okay.
And I had done Supersonic on Dream Team Records. You remember that?
I remember that.
You were part of Rudy's thing.
Over West Coast, right. Let's get that straight. Rudy was a part of Lonzo's thing, but go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I did Supersonic on Dream Team, and the reason people say, why didn't you put it on Ruthless in the beginning? We didn't have Ruthless yet. We were
see,
we was just we had just made a label called Ruthless, but we didn't really have a company. It was just when we put the first thing out, we just put it out. And the second reason is I went to the Vermont drive-in theater one night.
Okay.
And I was sitting there watching a movie, and LA Dream Team's music video came on. That's the first time I ever seen a hip-hop music video at the drive-in. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, hey, I'm putting it on their label because these fools is large and supersonic. You know, like JJ Fad kind of fit that.
It was a dance cut.
But you remember, that wasn't the A side. The A side was another whole Bites to Death.
Another whole, right? I remember that.
But everybody was playing Supersonic,
right?
So when rest in peace, Rudy. When me and Rudy had a little misunderstanding on when I was gonna get paid, I took it back and put it on the Ruthless thing. Okay. And then when we did Straight Outta Compton and it really blew up, I was having problems with Jerry Heller, our manager, getting my money. And I think no one else felt that pain. And I think that's why it happened the way it did, because I was telling everybody that we getting ripped off. No one felt it because no money was coming in for N.W.A. yet at that time, like big money like that. Right. But for me, having like a platinum selling record already on the label and I wasn't getting my money, I had to go get an attorney and get paid. So I got me an attorney, went to Jerry Heller, got paid, and bounced from the group. And then, they went out on the N.W.A. tour. So that's why I left.
Now, did you guys have any animosity when you left?
No, I was cool with everybody else. I used to go back to the shows and just hang out. It was just only the manager. And I kept trying to tell him, I said, man, y'all need to get y'all shit together, man. And he was like clouding them up. Like he bought him Suzuki Samurai Jeeps. He bought them all Jeep. I had a brand new Porsche. They had Jeeps, and Cube finally figured it out. Cube was like, how you get that car? I'm like, well, I got paid. Like, you need to talk to Jerry. And he eventually, figured it out. So, and then Dre eventually figured it out. It just took him a little longer to get to realize what the business was. But because, like you mentioned earlier, I was a solo artist. I was the only one that was actually a solo artist that did my own business with Macola and, with Russ Parr at Rapture or whatever. I kind of knew what royalties were and how that worked. And me and Unknown DJ used to go in there and hem up Don McMillan for money every week any damn way. So I was used to get paid.
You know what? The look on his face, we rolled up on his ass sometime. I almost made you feel sorry for the thieving bastard. But give me my goddamn money, and I'll go put some money in the Tide bucket later on. Give me my goddamn. He would be in there shaking sometime, man. He'd just be in there shaking because he smoking them goddamn Newports, whatever he was smoking. Yeah. And he walked in there and asked for your money. He knew what you wanted. And I never forget that one time I had to go in and rearrange his goddamn office behind my goddamn records. Man, that's something that almost pissed his pants. But you know something? I never had a problem about getting paid again after that right there.
I imagine. Yep.
They're asking you, what's they asking you? Who's the bigger problem to get paid from? Jerry Heller back in the day or dealing with Tamika right now?
Woo, man. I still have to every now and then reach out to the new Ruthless, but we good. We all good. I actually put it out there. I need to put it out there again, man. I really think that I could help make Ruthless. Like, I'm like Donald Trump. I think I can make Ruthless great again. Like, I want to, no, seriously, man, I can sit down with Tamika, man, and like, let's make Ruthless great again. Let's do it the right way. Bring it back to where it was, with new artists and a new mentality, and get the right people involved and make it hot, man. I really wish I could do that. I think I'm gonna reach out to Tamika and say, let's bury the hatchet and just go make some money. Especially now that I'm doing like the whole NFT. I'm like in the NFTs. I'm doing the cryptocurrency thing. I'm in tech. So the new music is technology. Being down with the whole technology game, man. And I think I really love to do that, man. But I would still say, man, Jerry Heller, because that fool would give you no money. He would give you like $500. That's all you get.
Well, you know what? And that's the part people, I just really, and that's why I do this podcast. And, it should be a lot bigger, but I tell the truth on this podcast and I bust a lot of bubbles, man. And people don't understand that when you guys first formed Ruthless, it was supposed to be a partnership between everybody. Okay.
We were supposed to own the label. And before Jerry Heller got involved, when we would go press records, everybody would get the same amount of records, the same amount of cassettes, and whatever you sold, that was your money. So it was our label. Okay. And then it changed up later on,
And when Jerry came in, Jerry put everything toward Eric, and put everybody on a salary, and it sounded okay. But when you actually did your numbers and actually looked at what was going on, you realized at some point in time, once some of the smoke cleared, and I saw how they gave them $80,000 checks and they had them sign contracts. That right there is the oldest trick in the book.
Yep.
Put that check on top of the doggone contract, and you forget about all 39 pages of that contract. All you want to see is the last one where you sign your name at, and that's the one that you're concerned with. The first page and the page is holding your check, okay? And that's how people got on the regular. They still do it today. You're concerned with the first page and the.
Yep. You're right.
So yeah, man, and that's the part I think it's frustrating for me when here we are, 2001, you still see artists just bend over and take it up their ass like it's nobody's business, and you don't have to. You just bend over and give away your publishing, give away your name rights, give away all kind of stuff for no reason, just to get a few dollars to go buy a watch or whatever, or some weed or whatever you into.
Right.
What else they got here? Freaking thieves, man, always taking advantage of people. The record business is, if anybody, first of all, let me say this before I go there. Condolences to the Avon family.
Yes.
The mother was shot yesterday. Y'all probably know this already. I've never met her, but I knew her husband. I knew Clarence. Okay. If you watch his documentary on Netflix, the Black Godfather, you will see how the record business is engulfed in gangsterism. Okay. It's deep in gangsterism. We're not talking about sagging pants, neighborhood drive-bys, shooting people at the parties. We're talking about real folks that if the lawyer don't get you, somebody else may. This is real talk. This has nothing to do with him in this situation. But if you really want to see how the record business evolved to where it became, and how it's not about the music, it's about the money that the music makes. And the artist will get a slice of it, but the bulk of the money goes to everybody else except for the artist. And once you understand that, you will have a different appreciation for the business in itself.
Yep. Also, news break. I don't know if you heard, they caught the dude that did it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Now, I saw this dude. If he was on my block, I'd call the police on his ass. That's all in Beverly Hills. If he was on my block, I'd call the police on his ass, okay? He don't look like he belongs in Beverly. I'm trying to figure out how he got through. What part of Beverly Hills is he in?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember.
He's in a high-end part of Beverly Hills, okay, in a raggedy-ass car. But what I don't understand is, here's the part me and a buddy of mine was talking about earlier today. Why would you take an AR-15 to a home invasion?
Because he crazy.
Wow, it seemed like if you're going to steal some stuff, you're going to need both hands, okay?
Yeah.
You would need both hands. So why would you strap on the AR-15? Or I think like it seemed like if as far as tools would go, the tool you might want to take might be a smaller gun. I mean, if you really was afraid of somebody, running in on you. But that's the part that's kind of baffling me. Why would you take an AR-15 or a rifle to do a home invasion robbery? Unless that's the only gun you had. I don't know.
And then you shoot yourself in the foot at another robbery.
Then you shoot yourself in the foot. Now, you got to be a special kind of stupid. You had to go to school to take stupid lessons and get a degree in stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, and here we are in 2021, man. I'm sitting here, and I work in my studio most of the time. I have the radio on in the background, or my phone is close by. I'm getting these notifications about all these stupid things people are constantly doing. And now with all these smash and grab robberies, okay?
Oh, yeah.
These fools just ran and smashed and grabbed at the damn Delamo swap meet. Okay? Wow. They did a smash. At first they went to the Delamo shop. I think they went to the mall first. Then they went to the swap meet. Okay.
Oh, they hit the Dalama Mall. I'm surprised. See,
yeah.
Here's the funny thing. I'm surprised that the police haven't just said, "Look, we're gonna just set up police at all plainclothes cops and cars at all the malls," because it's happening.
Well, you know what? It's what the problem with all this is any young black person with a hoodie gonna get sweated. You go to the mall with a hoodie on, you're gonna catch hell. Okay? Because the cops are not that smart to distinguish who might do, you know, and I understand that, you know, it's not their job to figure out who's doing what, but they're gonna sweat everybody in the mall with a hoodie on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And this is the part that when back in the day when they was dope dealers was tripping and profiling. Okay, you got three young men in a red hat in a blue territory, riding 4 deep, white t-shirts, red hat, in a 64 Chevy, and we know this is Crip territory, but these are all Bloods.
Yeah.
That really profiling that crime prevention. Okay. I know it sounds, oh man, no. Because now, it's getting cold now. I got a hoodie on. I usually don't do my show in a hoodie, but I
look at me.
Huh?
Yeah, look at me.
So now, as a grown ass man, I'm susceptible to being jacked by the police or harassed by the damn security guards at the mall because I'm wearing a hoodie. Now, if I keep enough of this dye in my face, I ain't gonna pass for 21. But I damn sure ain't gonna pass. I'm gonna pass for something other than 21. Okay, so the kids like my son and my daughter who ain't with that shit still gonna be susceptible to the bullshit fallout that's gonna come from all these smash and grabs. And here's, you know, somebody was saying on Facebook. I read my Facebook page every time. They were saying, well, things are so high, these young people are starving. They're not stealing food, they're stealing jewelry, they're stealing high-end bullshit.
Yeah.
They ain't broken no groceries, they ain't broken the Vons, they went in the Nordstroms. They went in the jewelry store. Now they're gonna take a penitentiary chance to steal some shit, to sell it at a hell of a discount. Some people are keeping this shit, getting caught wearing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Some fools last week, was it Saturday? Either it was a Sunday or Monday. They did a smash and grab at a Home Depot, stole some hammers, took the hammers in the same car, and drove to Beverly Hills to do a smash and grab. And the police said, "Come on, I'm waiting on your ass. Come on. Same raggedy ass car that you did the smash and grab in across the street from the Lakewood Sheriff Department."
Wow. Across
the street, because if you must not have did your reconnaissance, because you didn't do your reconnaissance. You better go back there and play what's that, Fortnite again.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance, okay, and look at what you're doing before you did it, because you passed right by the sheriff department, which probably was a major piss in their face. Okay, that's a major spit in their face for you to go up there and run up in the goddamn Home Depot across the street from the sheriff department.
Well, my thing is, how much a hammer costs? You could buy the hammers,
dude.
Like under the radar. Go buy the hammer.
Hey, check this out. Hey, Rab, check this out. You a grown man, but you a technician. You a technical guy. Do you have a hammer?
Yeah.
Okay. Most men have a hammer someplace in their house. So what I'm thinking is, you got a lot of cats maybe don't have maybe single moms or whatever the case may be. Because as a man, I can put my hand on the hand. I can put my hand on 4 hammers in the next 30 seconds.
I got a bunch of hammers. Yeah.
Okay. So so for me, for somebody to have to go steal a hammer, that tells me a little bit about the home life. You can't tell me there's a man at the house and they got a hammer. So you got to go steal a bunch of hammers. And then second of all, how much does a hammer cost? Maybe $10? A hammer like $10. So you spent
my point.
Huh?
That's my point.
It's $10. Okay. So you had to go down there, 8 to 10 of y'all run up to Home Depot, 4 of y'all riding to Beverly Hills with the hammers in your car, ain't took the price tag off, Somebody even had a cash register drawer in the car still with no plates on it in Beverly Hills, raggedy with a dent in the front of it. Hey, officer.
Yeah.
I want to go to jail. I ain't got nothing else to do for the next 60 days. Can you come pick me up? I'm homeless. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, man.
Yeah.
That's my take on that. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to rant. Just so shit. I'm about to let the offer. Y'all hit my super chat if y'all like what I'm saying. Hit my super chat, please. Don't be afraid. I'm about to let the offer in here because I'm gonna start a church. Lonzo, Reverend Lonzo, speak the truth, hip hop truth. Speaking of hip hop, man.
Hey,
what do you think about all these shootings and shit, man, in hip hop, murders in hip hop, dude?
Man, so you know what? You know who I respect? I'm gonna tell you who I respect because he talks about this a lot, man. It's Master P.
Okay.
Master P ain't no joke.
Okay, I respect that.
You all know he's a real deal from down south. And he was talking about it, like he was talking about that whole Suge thing. Remember when he got Snoop Dogg on his label,
right?
No Limit,
right?
And he was like, he had moved to California, and he heard something about Suge was saying something about like, you know, they big enough for all of us, and he like, man, there's enough money for everybody. Like instead of killing everybody, like why don't y'all collab and do an album together? You make more money. There should be no beef. There's no beef between like what did Master P said, like Nike and Adidas. They all on the same block. They next to each other in the mall, all making money.
All making money. You gonna buy what you want to buy,
right? Yeah. Like if I got a beef with this rapper over here, like man, let me. Hey man, like people like tripping on our beef, man. Let's do an album together. We probably make $1 billion.
Speaking of beef, man, when you on the road with JJ Fad, who do y'all check in with? I hear everybody got to check in these days. I know Arabian Prince. Who you checking in with, man? You check in.
Check in.
Yeah, you know that's the thing now, man. When you go to somebody else's hood, you got to check in, man.
Man, I got a ghetto pass. Well, where's my ghetto pass at? Hold on. Man, it's somewhere. I gotta get. Hey, I gotta get up and I'm growing my Jerry curl back. You see that, right?
I ain't mad at you, Doc.
Hey.
No, I've been seeing a lot of different cats on YouTube saying that different people are getting shot up or getting dealt with because they didn't check in. Okay, they didn't check in with the homies. Okay, and I'm like,
I don't know. I mean, I do a lot of shows around, but you know, I figure like this. Here's how I look at this whole thing. You got to respect where you're going and the people you're going to, you know, to do shows for or whatever when you go to certain cities. But I look at it as I'm coming to the city to entertain the people in that city,
right?
Including the people in the hood. And, you know, especially coming from N.W.A., if we ain't got no ghetto pass, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like we are fuck the police. So you can't be mad at us. And I'm part of that. So I should have a ghetto pass. I've never run across. I'm cool with everybody, man. Like Ice-T is probably one of the only cats that can probably walk this earth and just walk through every hood with no problem. If you really think about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because
yeah.
He's one of them cats that's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not ambidextrous, but you know, like he's just you know, that's Ice-T.
He's universal.
Universal. He represents gangsters, all gangsters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's the representative. Like he'd probably be on the cover of the Gangster Chronicles or some shit like that.
The gangster diplomat.
Yeah, he's that dude. You know, and I don't know, man. He's killing. Like, man, we got to stop killing ourselves, man. All this black on black crime, man. It's like ain't enough of us that we got. Like, I get pulled over so much, man. Now I see the police behind me. I just pull over and park.
You know what, dude? I used to do the same shit. Now, Arabian Prince, if y'all don't know, Arabian Prince got a BMW.
Nah, I don't drive.
That's a Mercedes.
Yeah, it's Mercedes.
He got a Mercedes Batmobile. Okay, this mother got gold. I'm not bullshit. This is a Mercedes got gold wing doors. Probably go about 200 miles an hour. Okay, it's so low to the ground. The ants got to go around this motherfucker. Okay. I had to get a crane to get my ass out this goddamn thing. We riding. I'm like, I had to fold up. The car is just shy of a transformer, okay? It's one brain cell shy of a transformer. And I know why you get pulled over because you ain't supposed to be in the hood with that damn thing right there.
No, I ain't supposed to be. Hey, and your boy, talk to your boy. So I had a meeting today in Long Beach. I don't know if you know about ghost kitchens. It's like a new way of helping. You know, I do a lot of stuff in the inner cities, right?
Okay.
Inner city kids and startup companies in the inner city. And ghost kitchen is like this new thing. So if you got up and coming people in food, like in the hood or in the neighborhood, like you got a lady who makes cookies or cakes, and you got a chef who's like selling, you know, to his homies and his friends, but they want to go big enough, but they don't have enough room, enough money to get their own location. So they have these things called ghost kitchens. It's a big building where they share. When they buy food, they buy all of the resources. Like you need meat, they buy meat in bulk, but you can be part of that, you know, that crowdsourcing. And then they have like 15, 20 kitchens. So you can use the kitchens to do what you do every day. So I was having a meeting in Long Beach about that. And your boy Unknown came out, homeboy Kelly Keys, they both came out and we went to go eat. So we like in the nice part of Long Beach, we all down there close to the water, right?
Okay.
And then we're going to go to IHOP and just get some breakfast, right? And Unknown, like he started driving north, way north. And I'm in my car, right? And we was on 4th and we driving down and we end up like on 40th. And I'm like, hey man, where you taking me? I'm passing like Gus's fried chicken. I'm like, I know I'm in the hood now. I see a Gus fried chicken. You taking me to the hood. I'll lick my ghetto pass like real quick.
You got a couple of questions here, Doc. Let's see here. When was the last time you talked to anybody from N.W.A?
Oh man, just other, you know, I talk to Yellow Punk ass all the time.
Yeah, he's probably the most accessible cat right about now.
Yeah.
What about Ren, man? You ever talk to Ren?
I talk to Ren. Me and Ren, I talk to Ren all the time, or we text, you know, back and forth. We used to be in before COVID, we was in the fantasy football, you know, shit together. Cube live in my neighborhood now. I ain't seen him over here, but he live over here now. And who else? Dre. I talk to Dre like, man, like how I talk to Dre is weird. Like somebody will hit me up like, hey man, somebody will talk to you. What's up, man? Who is Dre? Oh, what's up, dog? He just happened to be somewhere talking to somebody that's talking about me or that got a number on me, and then I talk to him. But yeah,
and the number stay good. You get a number from him and stay good for about 10 days, and it's gone again.
Yeah, he got like burner numbers, huh?
I think he got burner numbers. Exactly, he got burner numbers. That's something. Numbers stay good about 2 weeks. Call it back. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. But I talk to him from time to time. Like I'll see Cube tomorrow because we get that concert together. So
okay, tell him I said what's up, man.
Yeah.
Somebody had a couple of questions for you before I let me see here. Learning the truth about the music business. No brains, love, waiting. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Somebody about one of your songs. She got a big posse.
Yeah.
What made you write that song? What was the inspiration behind that big posse, man?
Man, it was one of them things where, you know, me and my homeboys was talking about it because I did that album with you remember WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yeah. Venus Flytrap and them, yeah.
Yeah, the black dude with the afro, his name is
Tim something.
Tim Reed.
Yeah.
So Tim Reed Jr. was his son. That was my boy. And we worked on that album together, and we came up with that with some of his homies. Like, we were just talking about women, like, you know, you think men are bad? Women are bad too. You know, when you get really into it, like they sneaky. Everybody's sneaky.
Right.
And you think this girl is the nicest girl on the block. She's wholesome. She's, you know, got her mom. She had like 15 boyfriends. So that's what that was about. It was like there's a scene in the video where at the end it's like there's a bunch of zombies just sitting there in chairs, and I'm like next. She taking me in the back room, and I'm looking at who these fools. They all sitting there like she did wore their ass out already. Like she got a big posse.
I ain't mad, Doc. I'm not mad at all, man. So where you guys traveling to, man?
We got Phoenix tomorrow. We're back in LA for a private matching party with Candyman on Saturday night. Sunday, I'm DJing in Long Beach with my boy Mark Love and some of the Beat Junkies at an event on Sunday. The following week, we got Sacramento with, that's an interesting show, man. It's like E40 Fabulous. It's like another crazy lineup. So, and then crazy enough, man, I'm off to Saudi Arabia.
No shit.
Yeah, man, I'm going to Saudi Arabia for music tech conference and to DJ. So what I didn't know about Saudi Arabia was I knew they were kind of a closed company, closed community.
Country. Right.
They're not like Dubai. Dubai is kind of very international, outspoken, party and stuff. That Saudi Arabia was like, they don't party. Like there was no music. You couldn't DJ there up until maybe a year or two ago. So there was no parties. There was no DJing. And their culture is now changing. They're really embracing women now, like letting women drive, letting women do a lot of things that they never could do. They're really trying to open up their country to a different way of thinking. So there's a huge festival called Soundstorm over there, and I'm gonna be over there for that. And it's gonna be interesting, man, to be Arabian Prince of Saudi Arabia. They're gonna be looking at me like,
who is your mother? Who is your father?
But see, I fit in though. Like if I ain't got to. As long as I open my mouth, I'm good.
Now you know what? I was just sitting here, man, looking at something. I was supposed to be in Africa myself today, man. I was supposed right now, seriously. I was supposed to be on my way to Africa. Get this trophy right here. I was up for a Lifetime Achievement Award in Africa, man. I was supposed to be on my way to South Africa. Goddamn COVID messed me up again, man. Lonzo Williams World Class Wrecking Crew Lifetime Achievement Award 2021, given to me by the South African music organization over there, man. Wow. And now I got to get it from the mail, dude. So much love to my folks, man. The Gleason Hip Hop Award, Gilson Hip Hop Awards, man. So damn nice. COVID, I was supposed to get my first stamp on my new passport, man. That's my shit up.
I'll tell you what, you should be happy because I heard right now they inventing new types of COVID over there, boy. You might have come back with it.
Man, I want to ask you something, man. Damn it. It was about traveling. Damn it. Was it traveling? I had a brain fart. LL Cool J. I saw you got something from LL Cool J the other day, man. You got a jacket or something?
Yeah, man. I got to shout him out, dude. I'm actually going to take a picture or video on stage tomorrow. So shout outs to my boy LL Cool J and my boy Z Trip for making it possible. But I DJ'd on Sirius XM's Rock the Bell for, I forget what it was for. Like they had like this anniversary thing. And they were nice enough, man, to bless me. I got a big box, man. It had matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna show you the jacket. The jacket, it's fire. Like it's like really, really something amazing.
Are they playing verses on playing Boys in the Hood on verses right now? All right, that must be Bone Thugs.
Oh, somebody on there?
Yeah, he said somebody just said they're playing Boys in the Hood on verses right now.
Okay.
Good looking out, Rock BG. What we got there, man?
Yeah, so they did the OG Arabian Prince.
Right.
Jacket. And it's like one of them old school plastic gangster jackets. OG jacket, got the Rock the Bells on the front.
Okay.
The back is like super fire.
Man.
Got the whole Rock the Bells crew and the 43. Where is it at? Where's the 43? I just saw it. Yeah, it's on here somewhere. There's a 43 on here somewhere on the sleeve. That's the channel 43 of XM Satellite Rock the Bells. Shout out to them. They gave me a couple of Rock the Bell radio scratch pads which I'm gonna be using.
We couldn't figure out what those was. We saw them on the internet. We couldn't figure out what those was.
Yeah, signed by Mr. LL Cool J himself. So yeah,
that's shout out. Certificate of authenticity, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, certificate of authenticity. I'm an official OG. Old ass motherfucker.
Hey, quick question, man. My man Stevie E said you got a good Easy E story.
So the one I always tell, and people gonna get bored of me telling the story because it's the only one I can tell without getting in trouble because there was
I can imagine.
I can't really talk about. But the one I always talk about is when we used to travel before we really got a lot of money. we had a 18-passenger van we would just ride around in and go places. And Easy would never like to stop nowhere and eat. You know, like, man, let's just get there. Let's just get there. And he would always have honey buns in his back pocket. You remember the Hostess honey bun?
Yeah.
He would take like 2 of them and put 2 in his back pocket. And 2, he would have like 4 honey buns on him, and they would be all squished and tight. But he'd be reaching in his back pocket, pull out a honey bun, and start eating on his little honey buns, man. That's my Easy story right there. And there's a couple more, man, but they're a little more violent that I can't, even though he ain't here, I still don't want to, talk about him too much.
Well, you know what? We had some, we got stories like, I got stories like that with Dre and them, man. Back in the day, we was traveling in the van also. We fly into a city, and then, in Texas, Louisiana, you got to drive 3-4 hours to get to the next city. And man, we eating at airport food or fast food, whatever. And we be in this van, it was what? The driver, my cousin, Mona Lisa, 4 of us, about 8 people in the van plus equipment. And they had this bad habit of calling sound checks. Sound checking when somebody farted like a son of a bitch, man. Oh, man, they would fart. Sound check. Oh, shit. And it got so bad, Mona started doing the shit.
Oh, that's bad.
Man, we laugh about that shit now, but, I can't laugh at nobody with that but yelling Shakespeare because clientele wasn't there. Shakespeare was there by that time.
Yeah.
And, that was our thing. It was as nasty and disgusting as fuck. But, depending on what you ate, he was a sound checking motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, and on the road, you was eating some bad stuff. Hey, you should tell him the story. Remember we went to, it was either Beaumont, Texas or Brennan, Texas, when we performed in the barn. Remember the barn?
Yeah, I remember the barn. Shit.
Man, there was girls in there drinking like out of the bottle, like Hennessy or like just. I was like, wow.
I'll never forget. I was in Mississippi one time, man. Mississippi. We performed in Mississippi. We went to a club the night before the show, and they served beer in cans down there. Okay, and they got this chick had cans stacked up in front of her, and she looked at me and said, "Ain't you Lonzo?" I said, "Yeah." "You gonna be in that show tomorrow, huh?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "Give me your ticket. I give you some pussy." Just like that. So she enjoyed the show. She had a good time with the show. But yeah, man, we you know what? And that's what I'm saying, man. The whole part about doing this, man, is not to go out there and get yourself shot, beat up, and killed, man. It was to go out there to have some fun, come back, have some experiences, and some other shit other than going to jail and have to run from niggas because you didn't say something on the record or whatever, man. I don't get it, dude. And, maybe I never will, dude. I just,
entertainment, man. It's entertainment. We having fun. We've had over 40 years of fun doing this right here. And I'm just blessed to still be here doing this.
Wait. Here's the part. Here's the crazy part, Doc. The people watching this show ain't realize I got 51 people on this chat room right now, right? God knows how many people watching this shit, but they don't realize that we both are fucking senior citizens, man.
Hey, I told my boy today, I was like, because I'm 56, I'll be 57 in June of next year. And I told my boy Kelly, we was heading to IHOP. I was like, "Hey man, you got your AAP card yet?" He said, I can't get that yet. I'm only 50. I said, "Nah, you get it.
Get it now.
You get discounts." He said, "What?"
Right.
Man, I get all my discounts, man. I deserve it.
So here we are. You 55, 55, you say?
56.
You 56, be 57. I'll be 60 fucking 5 on my next birthday, a few days before you, man. I'm officially qualified for every damn thing. Okay.
Oh, you start getting them free checks in the mail.
I can qualify for everything. So to sit here and be able to talk about this shit, man. Oh man, you just old. I said, nigga, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing that a lot of cats ain't gonna see if you keep on the way you keep on. You might get old, but you might be getting old in the penitentiary, man. They get old in the pen too. Okay?
Hey, and they ain't got no Vaseline in there. Cause I was up there talking to some of them cats, and ain't no Vaseline in the penitentiary.
Ain't no Vaseline?
Ain't no Vaseline in there.
They raw dogging.
Woo! Ain't no Vaseline in there.
My man CC Funk One said he'll be 58 on the 13th. Much love to you, boy. I said, Jim,
birthday.
Much love. Happy birthday to you, Doc. So yeah, folks, this is what I try to stress on my show, man. Just hey, man, you know what? Stop, take some of this bullshit out of the game enjoy yourself, make yourself some money, and live your life, man. Everybody in hip hop has lived different life. Ray don't have no kids. He live in a fucking fly ass apartment building, drive a fly ass car. He go around the country, pick up money every fucking weekend, come back and play golf all fucking week. Okay, my shit's opposite. I got 5 kids, 5 grandkids. I work from home all the goddamn time. I get to talk to y'all 2 times a week and have a damn good time doing it, telling you my old ass stories. I know some of y'all think, oh, that shit's old. But I tell you what, man, when you get this far in life, you can look back and say, you know what? I had a good time. And people ask me, what would I change? If I knew I was going to be here right now, I'm glad I didn't change shit. No, yeah, I don't have Dre's money. I ain't got Q's money, but I ain't got Dre's problems. I ain't got Q's problems. Much love to all y'all.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They said, Matthew Murray, thank you for the compliment, bro. We look good for our ages, man. Thank you very much. Arab, it's been an hour, man. Thank you for coming in, stepping in with me, Doc. I appreciate it. It's always a great conversation with you, man. And we will be playing golf next week.
Hey, are we playing golf?
Yeah, we're gonna play next week. You got an executive course. I got 2 hours. Let's go.
Oh, dude, let's get that in.
I ain't touched my glove.
I'll tell you what, I got one even better for you. You know what we should do?
What?
I got an idea. We should stream it.
Woo! My game is not stream quality, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to stream all of it. We just talk while we golf.
Okay, we do that.
And then take some.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, man, that'll be fun.
All right, that's much love. All right, folks. Much love to you, Arab. All right, folks. This is Lonzo, the Godfather, West Coast hip hop with my boy Arabian Prince. As he prepares to go on tour with JJ Fad, some other folks, man. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Folks, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We're trying to get this channel blowed up as like everybody else. Arab, be careful out there, Doc.
Hey, can I say one more thing real quick?
Go ahead.
Shout out to Yuli's Paradise. If y'all want to just support a charity, go check out Yuli's Paradise. It's my people. They're doing an amazing thing for some amazing people. I got to support some charities, right? We got to do that from time to time. Peace, y'all.
All right, folks. All right, y'all. Peace. Lonzo out of here, y'all.